G'day folks, I hope you're doing well. In this video we'll be continuing on some of the work on the Datsun 1200. Last time the motor went back into the car, which was super exciting to see. And today I'll be installing some of the remaining suspension and steering components that were left out of the last video. Stick around till the end and I'll be giving some updates and future plans for the build. I know my videos can be a little sparse, but let me assure you, as long as I'm working on the car, there will be videos for you guys. We've recently hit 3,200 subscribers, and I'm super grateful for all your continued support. Now, let's get into it. Apart from the steering components, what's left to be installed is the sway bar. This one's been cleaned up in a previous video with new bushings, bolts and plated bits. The end links have got olefin poly bushings, while the sway bar to chassis bushings are from Super Pro, the only ones that didn't come included with my olefin bushing kit. The sway bar connects between the two front control arms and prevents the two sides from acting too independently. This reduces body roll and improves the handling characteristics of the car. You'll see it a bit in action when I go to jack up and lower one of the front wheels. It's common to upgrade these for a stiffer spring with adjustability to help keep the car planted. That's just one of the many potential modifications I have to look forward to. The front suspension is in, the wheels turn, but they don't steer. Let's fix that by installing the steering box, idler arm and tie rods. You can see areas here that I haven't painted yet. I've pretty much restored as much as I can up to a certain point before getting the working gear back into the car. That's because I want her to be mobile while I restore other areas of the shell. I got myself brand new slotted castle nuts for those crispy new threads. Unfortunately, they were a bit tall in comparison to the OEM ones, which prevented me from getting the split pin installed. So I've gone and used the flapper wheel to take them down to the appropriate height. Here I'm installing the headlights into her sockets. I got these LED projector lights off eBay and they were able to bolt into the original bracket housing without any modification. Check it out, she's got eyes now. I've gone ahead and bolted up the reproduction doors since I've got limited space and need to keep the area tidy. they'll be coming back off while I go to fix up the rocker seals. Speaking of, lucky me picked up some pressed out replacements. The area still needs a ton of work before I go and weld these in. I'm so lucky that there's still places that make replacement panels for this car. Moving forward, the next area I want to work on is the interior firewall. I've got to dress up some of my previous repair welds and give the area a coat of paint before I go and reinstall the steering column. My rusty bonnet will stay until I find myself a replacement. There's a couple of options out there, but I really want to find myself a JDM GX bonnet that has this distinct arrow shape pressed onto the top of it, similar to the Fair Ladies. As you can see, the body's got plenty more work left to do. A bunch more rust holes that need to be cut out and replaced. For the front brakes, I've got the calipers off a SR20 180SX and the rotors off a CA 180SX, which are 250mm compared to the 280mm of the SR20 model. I need a new adapter plate to fit the calipers in. You can see already the current 250mm rotors are already a tight fit. So there we go, we've pretty much installed all the running gear back into the car. All that's really left is the drive shaft and some wiring to get the car moving again. That's easier said than done though, because there's still heaps of work left to do on the shell of the car. Still, I'm super excited to continue on with the rest of the build. She might not look like much yet, but it's crazy to see how far she's come. Not a day goes by where I'm not thinking about the build or thinking about you guys, so don't you worry, I'm here for the long haul. Thank you so much for your continued support, and if you haven't already, that like and subscribe button's starting to look a little rusty. Give it a click to make sure it still works, and also if you want to show support for the channel. Peace! Peace.